PM Modi launches Ahom Mala and lays foundation stone of 2 hospitals in Assam, says he dreams of setting up 1 medical college in every state to impart education in regional language. Country is proud of doctors and paramedics who risked their lives and rose to challenges on COVID-19, says President Kovind. Tragedy strikes Uttarakhand as avalanche triggers massive flood in Chamoli district, over 150 missing. Manipur Chief Minister announces Rs 10 lakh reward for voluntary destruction of poppy. And in Chennai Test, Pant Pujara come to India's rescue after top order collapse. India 257 for 6 at stump on day 3. A very good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin from the studios of DDK Guwahati. This is Ajanta Chaudhary, now with the details. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone of 2 hospitals and launched Ahom Mala, a program for state highways and major district roads at Dhekiajuli in Honitpur district, Assam. Chief Minister of Assam, Sarbananda Sonowal, Union Minister Rameshwar Teli, ministers from Assam government and Chief of Bodoland Territorial Region were present on the occasion. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said Assam's freedom fighters had given their lives in 1942 for the respect of our Indian tricolour and its independence in this region. Today, India's brave hearts are waking up and drawing inspiration from the freedom fighters and their sacrifices. He was speaking after launching the Ahom Mala program in Dhekiajuli of Honitpur district in Assam with an aim to boost the state's road infrastructure and contribute to the state's economic progress and improve connectivity. PM Modi also laid the foundation stones of medical colleges and hospitals in Bishwanath and Charaideo at a cost of over 1100 crore rupees with an aim to boost Assam's health infrastructure.
गुवाहाटी में ही एम्स होगा तो आप लोगों को कितना लाभ होगा। वो लोग पूर्वोत्तर से इतना दूर थे कि आपकी तकलीफें कभी समझ ही नहीं पाए। साथियों, आज केंद्र सरकार द्वारा असम के विकास के लिए पूरी निष्ठा से काम किया जा रहा है। असम भी
Prime Minister Modi today addressed a public gathering in West Bengal. Later in the evening, PM Modi attended a program at Haldia in West Bengal and dedicated a project related to oil, gas and road sector to the nation. He laid the foundation stone of the 2nd catalytic dewaxing unit at the Haldia refinery of Indian Oil Corporation Limited. He also inaugurated 3 projects: Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited BPCL's LPG import terminal at Haldia, GAIL's Dobhi Durgapur natural gas pipeline and NHAI's 4-lane ROB at Ranichak.
बंगाल प्रार्थना कर रहा है, देश प्रार्थना कर रहा है। আমার প্রিয় মা, বোন, ভাইও, বন্ধুরা, মেদিনীপুরের এই পবিত্র মাটিতে আসতে পেরে নিজেকে ধন্য মনে করছি। শহীদ মাতঙ্গিনী বিপ্লবী ক্ষুদিরাম বসুর রক্ত রক্তিম হয়েছে এই ভূমি। এই মাটিতে তৈরি হয়েছিল তাম্রলিপ্ত জাতীয় সরকার।
President Ramnath Kovind said that the country is proud of our doctors and paramedics who rose to the challenge during the COVID-19 pandemic, even if it meant a great risk to their own lives. The president was addressing the annual convocation of Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences at Bengaluru in Karnataka today. He said COVID-19 has inflicted agony and misery of unprecedented levels around the globe. The president appreciated the university for better response to the outbreak. The president said, "Pandemic has taught the world that one cannot be safe if others are at risk. It is a lesson in universal brotherhood." He said, though COVID-19 seems to be one-of-a-kind health crisis that happens rarely, a section of scientists had pre-warned us to be prepared for similar challenges ahead. The world has, let us hope, learnt the right lessons.
To provide the same. The largest vaccination drive in history is underway in India. Healthcare delivery in India is poised to undergo a change at all stages: prevention, diagnosis and treatment.
Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today said that the government trusts the taxpayers and hence is working as facilitator. Addressing industrialists on the Union Budget 2021 in Mumbai, Sitharaman said that she values every taxpayer's rupee, adding that each penny should be spent qualitatively so that more wealth is generated. She said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi was clear in his thought of not putting any additional burden on the common man through COVID cess. Disapproving the speculative media reports about COVID cess, she said they were mere false reports. The finance minister said even though there are some developed economies which are struggling, however, India has found a way to survive. She credited the citizens of the country for it.
Without taking much of a time for an opening statement, because I understand all of you have heard my speech which I gave 10-15 minutes ago in the hall which is of the Swaminarayan people. I in fact was very lucky. I had a darshan in the mandir. I took the blessings and after that I went into the hall to speak. So since most of you have heard the speech, I'll limit my opening statement and probably give a little more time, extra time for question answers and some interaction.
In Uttarakhand, a massive flood has been reported from Chamoli district where the water level in the Holy Ganga river rose suddenly following an avalanche near Rishi Ganga power project at Raini village in Tapovan area of the district. The flooding due to avalanche has destroyed houses situated at the riverbank side. Several people working at Rishi Ganga hydroelectric power project were reported missing soon after the incident. According to reports, a dam of the Tapovan power project was breached and was feared washed away. Teams of ITBP and SDRF personnel have rushed to the affected areas to rescue the villagers and locals. Meanwhile, the rivers in the region witnessed flash floods soon after the glacier broke. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today reviewed the situation in Uttarakhand. He spoke to Chief Minister Trivendra Singh Rawat and other top officials. The Home Ministry is closely monitoring the situation.
एनडीआरएफ की 3 टीमें वहां पहुंच गई है। बाकी की टीमें दिल्ली से फ्लाई करके उत्तराखंड की ओर जाने के लिए तैयार हैं। कुछ ही समय में वो पहुंचेंगे। आईटीबीपी के जवान भी वहां पर पहुंच गए हैं। पूरे राज्य का तंत्र भी वहां पर एक्टिव हो गया। एसडीआरएफ की टीमें भी पहुंची हैं। मेरी मुख्यमंत्री जी से बात हुई, वो भी ऑन वे हैं और वायुसेना को भी अलर्ट कर बचाव कार्य में लगाने के लिए हमने पूरी तैयारी।
Now we take a short break. We will be back with more news. Stay tuned.
अरे वाह, लेजेंड की बैट। इससे तो मैं खेलूंगा। फ्यूचर बैटिंग लेजेंड बैट।
इसमें जिसका नाम लिखा है बैट उसी को मिलेगी।
अरे यार,
देखा, अगर इस पे मेरा नाम नहीं लिखा होता तो कितनी दिक्कत हो जाती। इसलिए आरबीआई कहता है बैंक अकाउंट हो या बैंक लॉकर, उसमें नॉमिनी का नाम जरूर दर्ज करें ताकि आपकी जमा पूंजी उसी को मिले जिसे आपने नामित किया है।
आरबीआई कहता है जानकार बनिए, सतर्क रहिए।
चल भाई, झुमके बदली कराने हैं।
अरे आंटी, ये रही सामने सोने की दुकान, यहाँ से बदलवा लो।
पर खरीदा तो उस दुकान से था।
अरे अगर हॉलमार्क का निशान है ना तो कहीं से भी अदला बदली करा लो, वो भी बिना किसी डर के।
सच?
हाँ, 16 आने।
सोना कहीं भी खरीदो, बेचो बेझिझक, बेफिक्र, हॉलमार्क के साथ। हॉलमार्क है तो सोना है।
Union Minister Mansukh Mandavia today, while interacting with the media persons in Agartala, said that the budget presented this year is pro-people and said that present central government is doing a lot of work to develop the Annadata of our country, that is the farmers of our country, when others are just giving lectures and actually never thought about developing and respecting the farmers. He also highlighted about the importance the present central government is giving to the development of the northeast region in this budget, and also highlighted how waterways will be developed in the region this year so that farm products and farmers get market anywhere in India.
$5 बिलियन का इंपोर्ट है, $3 बिलियन का एक्सपोर्ट है, $2 बिलियन का गैप है। एक गैप को दुरुस्त करना है, एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट को बैलेंस करना है। देश की क्रिटिकल रिक्वायरमेंट पर हम किसी के ऊपर डिपेंड नहीं होना।
In Manipur, the War on Drugs campaign initiated by the Chief Minister N. Biren Singh with an aim to make Manipur drug-free state has encouraged even those villagers who themselves planted the poppy plants from which opium is manufactured. The villagers of remote hill village Pe Payoi near Ukrul village of Manipur has been practicing poppy plantation from past years as livelihood means. However, they have now realized the need to support the Chief Minister-led campaign War on Drugs and destroyed poppy plants grown in their villages this time to mark joining and supporting the campaign. Appreciating the move of villagers, Manipur Chief Minister announced a reward of 10 lakh rupees for Pe Payoi village on Saturday and instructed the officials of Horticulture, Agriculture and Fisheries Department to go to the village and find out suitable alternative livelihood activity for the villagers. More than 57,75,000 frontline health workers have been administered COVID-19 vaccine in the country so far. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry has informed that a total number of 3,58,473 people have been inoculated in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, the country's COVID-19 recovery rate improved to 97.19% with a recovery of more than 12,805 patients in the last 24 hours. There are 1,48,766 active cases in the country, which comprises only 1.37% of the total positive cases. A total number of 12,059 new cases have been reported in the country in the past 24 hours, taking the cumulative positive cases to over 1 crore 8 lakh. The Health Ministry said 78 deaths have been reported within 24 hours, taking the toll to over 1,54,000 across the country. Holding a caseload of 7 active cases, Arunachal Pradesh has 16,767 restored cases, even as the dead tallied 56. Assam has 1,695 active cases, 2,14,423 cured cases, even as the dead account for 1,084. In Manipur, active cases touch 109, while discharged cases logged 28,636. The tally for the dead is 372. Saddled with 102 active cases, Meghalaya restored cases account for 13,596. The death toll is 147. Mizoram has 23 active cases, followed by 4,350 cured cases, even as the dead tallied 9. Nagaland has 85 active cases, followed by 11,975 cured cases, even as the death toll is 88. Reporting 75 active cases, Sikkim has 5,898 discharged cases. The death toll is 135. With 11 active cases on Tripura's turf, the state has logged 32,950 restored cases, while the dead touched 391. The Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary in Morrigaon district of Assam has started the endemic and migratory bird census on Sunday. The bird counting will be carried out mostly in wetland areas in the wildlife sanctuary. A number of ornithologists along with volunteers of an environmental NGO and officials have exercised the bird census. According to the Forest Department, the exact number of birds can be determined after the completion of the census. The Wildlife Sanctuary Authority expected an increase in the number of birds in the census. Every year during winter, thousands of migratory birds flock to the wetlands inside the sanctuary. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.